easy when you're done. It'll work.
Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Karen Shaw, and I'm with First Option Mortgage. Most of you know me as a manager in the Duluth area, but today I wanted to introduce you to my team that specializes in the Woodstock and Canton area. I have two of our First Option loan officers, Michael and Ashley, and then two of our partners, Sandra and John, here with us today. I'd like to start with having everybody kind of introduce themselves and tell you guys a little bit about themselves. So let me start with Sandra, with you.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Sandra Watkins. I'm with Remax Town & Country and have been for, I don't know, 10 years, but this is like my 23rd year in real estate. So we're actually all over Metro Atlanta, outside the perimeter. But we do sales, new home sales, residential sales, land. We also have a property management company, and we do manage all over Metro Atlanta. So single family homes, some apartments. So we do a little bit of everything. We have a team. So we're always here and ready to help anybody any way we can.
Thank you so much. And it looks like you're already in the office, ready to do that as it is.
Absolutely.
John, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm John Marion. I've been a licensed agent for about 10 years now. And when I got my license, Sandra Watkins was my real estate agent. And she found a rental for me when we moved to Atlanta. She found the home that I live in now that we bought years ago. And I come from a real estate investment background. So I came to Atlanta and I was investing in buying homes, fixing them up, reselling them. I've owned some rental properties. And Sandra, this was when the market crashed in this is 2010. So the market was really depressed in 2010, 11, and 12. And anyway, Sandra asked me, or she really told me and said I should get my real estate license and join her team. And so I did that, got my license, and we've been business partners for just about 10 years now. And so we together as a business do everything in residential real estate. And our specialties are, working with regular buyers, but Sandra, like she mentioned, is a new home sales expert, and we do property management. And I do a lot of investment properties. I work with investors. I help identify investment property for our clients. A lot of the landlords that we manage property for come from the investment side. They're investors themselves, and then we manage their rental property that they purchase through us. So that's kind of what my specialty is in real estate. But as a team and as an individual agent, we do a lot more than just that. We do everything. And I would say our focus is mostly the North Metro Atlanta area. We don't really go south of Atlanta, like towards the airport and those areas. But our property management company is all throughout the North Metro region.
What's the name of your property management company, Sandra and John?
It's Georgia Rental Group.
Georgia Rental Group? Cool.
Yep, and it's its own standalone brokerage. So we are agents with Remax Town & Country. So all of our home sales go through Remax. But the property management side is a separate brokerage, and Sandra is the broker of that company.
Cool.
Very nice. Thank you. Michael, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Michael Vera. I'm a senior loan officer with First Option Mortgage. Been with them for 2.5, 3 years now, in the industry for 5 or more. So not quite as long as you, Sandra, but I'll get there eventually.
You will.
So we operate our First Options team up in North Georgia. Ashley and I do. We try to specialize in Canton, Woodstock, but we do loans all over Georgia. Similar to Sandra, I mean, we're still working full speed ahead. I mean, I know this pandemic has kind of scared a lot of people, but we're still seeing a lot of activity in the market. We're still seeing a lot of people refinancing and buying homes. And we're here to try to make that process as simple as possible for everyone. I also do loans in Florida. I've been seeing a lot of people down there refinancing their homes, trying to save some money. And yeah, full speed ahead.
Thank you. All right, last but not least, Miss Ashley.
Hey there, Ashley Filator. I am with First Option Mortgage, and I am a mortgage loan originator. I have been with First Option since 2018, but in the industry since 2016. And I'm just loving staying busy right now, even through everything, because we have stuff online and just make it so easy for everybody. So.
Thank you very much. All of you guys have said some really great things, and I want to kind of talk a little bit about all of it. But what I want to start off with first are the sellers and the sellers market in your particular area. That's one of the things I think everybody's very scared of doing right now, of selling their home or thinking about change of any sort. So John and Sandra, I'm going to let you guys talk a little bit about this. Tell us about what you're seeing and what you're finding within the sellers market in the area right now.
I'm going to let Sandra talk about the builder market in a minute, because that's where we're doing a lot of sales. In my experience, it's kind of spotty. I've had some clients that postponed listing their house on the market, but there are sellers that are listing their house on the market, and we are doing showings. But most of our sellers are really new home builders, and Sandra can talk about that. We're doing a lot of work.
Great. We will definitely hone in on the builders market in a minute. But do you currently have any listings right now that are not builder related? Are you finding any of that right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And depending on price point, because price point's everything, there's always more buyers, but anything that's that first time market right now is normally under contract in 48 hours. Because inventory is so low, but the buyers are still there. People still have to move.
That's
they're
very
coming in
important.
they're coming in from out of town, or because sales prices are actually really good still as far as percentages. They're up year to date. The numbers just came out for March. So if you're there's 110 counties that the FMLS encompasses and pulls numbers from, including Metro Atlanta. So March from 2019 to 2020, if you just look at March, the active inventory right now is actually, it's not that bad. The drops are not that large. They are, we're down 8%. That's not that bad. It's really
in today's environment, people would expect a lot more right now. They would expect that to be significantly lower than normal.
And it is. If you go into Atlanta, Roswell, Sandy Springs area, you're more like, I believe it was 16.5 or 16.7% decrease. But that's for detached family homes. If you're looking at attached family homes for the FMLS area, the increase for listings on that active is 11%. And
Oh, wow.
closing increases. The closings right now for detached, for year to date, for the month, from last March to this month, for detached, it is an increase of 8% for single family. Detached, for attached, there's a 12% increase in sales. People are buying, and there's so many different ways to do that and still get people in. So people are still listing. We're being careful. Some people, if they have small children, they're more concerned about wearing the booties, and it depends on who they have in their household. It really does. So if you have children crawling on the floor, they may want booties, or make sure you have hand sanitizers, ready for them, and gloves. And we're doing everything we can, telling people to leave all the lights on, don't touch light switches, things like that. So there's definitely things we can do to make people comfortable, depending on what their comfort level is.
Very cool. And those are the type of things that, as a seller, you should also know that as your home is getting ready to be sold, you have a team behind you that is making sure that every correct precaution is being taken so that you're safe in your home and the people coming in are also safe, so you can get these homes shown. That is awesome. Thank you for that. I think if you have an opportunity later on, I'm sure you guys have some websites and maybe you can share where the listings are being posted. We would love to share that with our viewers later on. Michael, Ashley, are you guys seeing anything from the seller side? I know we deal with the buyer end of the market, but the transactions that you guys have been working on, purchases versus refinances, of those purchase transactions, what are you guys seeing there?
I'm seeing very, very fast movement, like Sandra said. as an example, we just had an offer go in on Tuesday on a house that was listed on Monday and immediately got accepted. So not even 24 hours on the market. And it was a multiple offer situation. So clearly there are still people out there buying. So I mean, people who are hesitant to sell right now, thinking that they may not get the same type of activity. I think that's probably not the case. Like Sandra said, percentages are pretty stable right now, and people are definitely out there buying houses. I mean, we're going under contract in 24 hours, 48 hours.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the buyers then. I mean, we've got residential buyers. I'm sure we still have investors out there that are looking to buy. People want to know what this buyer's market is. And is this the time where obviously there's multiple offers going out? Sandra, in the area that you're in, what are you seeing with these buyers? How actively are they approaching you, or what are some of the steps that are being done right now with the buyers?
As far as the buyers go, depending on the price point, every price point's different, but the average price point around here, they're definitely, you've got to be on it. And if something comes on the market, you've got to get out and see it fast, because there are so many multiple offers. And, you know, there's all kinds of things to do, even on some of ours, for people who are maybe compromised and want to be careful. We're allowing people to go in vacant homes, like the new homes especially. People can go into them without us there if they would like. If it's a vacant home and not new, there are some sellers who are allowing it if it's vacant. So that's definitely a seller's choice, and we don't have to do it, but it does help. People are out, they're looking, and if you don't, there's so many different ways to do it. I think John has already done some walkthroughs with people where they're not there, using Zoom to walk them through the house. All kinds of things to do.
I'd like to hear about that experience, John. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I would add, before I talk about like the virtual showings, the buyers, you know, the market is very strong. Like when you think of the medical community, in Cherokee County, Northside Hospital has a very strong presence. And so they're employing a lot of people. The construction industry is very strong. And so these are home buyers that have, their jobs haven't gone away. They've been going to work every day. And so there's plenty of buyers out there looking. As far as, and retirees too, people out of state. Cherokee County is a very attractive area with low property taxes. It's attracting a lot of people from out of state who are retiring, or even from closer in the Atlanta area, who are in Cobb County or North Fulton County. They see Cherokee County as really a good location for them to retire to. So those are our primary buyer communities, I think, right now. And as far as the virtual showings, it's really pretty easy with the technology that we have now. And because of the coronavirus pandemic, it seems like everybody is aware of Zoom now. Whereas 3 or 4 months ago, you know, for me, even like 8, 9 months ago, or a year ago, when I first heard about it, they said we can do Zoom. And I'm like, what's that? You know, and they told me, and I started using it a little bit. But now it seems like everybody knows Zoom. Even people that didn't want to be online are using Zoom, because they have to do it. And so Zoom makes it very easy to set up a conference call with one individual. And when I get to a house, I'll turn it on, I'll connect with them and say, hey, I'm standing in front of the house now. You want to see anything on the outside before I go inside? And they tell me if they do or not. And then I simply go into the front door, and I kind of direct it, unless they tell me, you know, hey, stop there, go show that feature again, or that wall in that house. What was that on that wall? Or bookshelves behind Michael, you know, they want to get a closer look of that. So it's very interactive, and it makes it very easy, and they can get a very good idea whether the home is something that they are even interested in or not. And then if they are, then we could take it to the next step and maybe schedule an appointment for them to actually go into the house themselves. So it's a great tool, and it's worked well.
Wow. It's so amazing to hear things like this right now, because we're in an environment that we're all changing our ways of work. What was normal once before is not even an option, and what was not even available is now the new normal. So that is awesome. So Zoom is happening. I know as loan officers, we're doing some creative things as well as talking to our clients. Michael, Ashley, what are you guys doing with all these cool new buyers that you normally would maybe meet in person, but now you're not meeting in person anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed for the most part, our application portal is online, and that's been really easy. And then if anybody has any questions, and I can tell them maybe they wanted to do a face-to-face, then, you know, I'll hop on Zoom and talk to them, and we'll just kind of do this back and forth and get to know each other a little bit better so they can see me, I can see them, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like the touch-free loan process. You know?
There you go, contact-free.
Almost everything is done electronically now. I mean, I can approve your loan or refinance and really never have to meet you in person. But through technology like Zoom and FaceTime and WhatsApp, it really kind of adds that personal touch to it. You know, some people want to have a face-to-face conversation, whether it's through your phone or tablet or at a coffee shop. But, you know, taking additional precautions by doing things virtually is definitely advantageous, I think. And with the loan process, I mean, we can take you from A to Z and never have to shake hands, yet still feel like it's a personal transaction. Obviously, we care about every single one of our clients wholeheartedly. So we want to make sure it's as comfortable and convenient for you and safe as possible. Kind of like the virtual showings and the virtual walkthroughs, you know, similar with the loan process.
You know, the one thing that I would never thought would have happened and happened was, you know, if you do a pre-sale on a new home and it's not started yet, there is a lot of paperwork, a lot of conversation, a lot of pricing back and forth. So we had someone coming in from out of state. I dragged my builder here, set up Zoom. So the buyer's agent, myself, and the builder had a big conversation, got all the prices down, everything they wanted. We did that entire contract over Zoom.
Wow.
And I know, and for a total pre-sale. And it was, who would have ever thought you'd do that? It worked great. It really did.
So for a pre-sale, when you're saying you've got these options, people are still able to select options in today's environment and in today's market?
Absolutely. The builders that we work with up here, I mean, they're custom builders, and they literally pick out everything from the shingle color, window patterns, and our vendors have made it very easy as well. So if they're picking tile or lighting, they're doing it by appointment, you know, so it's safe. If we've had people out of state that couldn't get here, a lot of video, you know, even like FaceTime, trying to pick out floors and things. So we've made it to where people do feel safe and they're not exposing themselves. Just limit all we can to try to keep people safe.
So you're evolving. And,
we are.
And it's actually sounds like it's making the process probably even faster than it used to be, right?
It is. People's time's so valuable these days.
It is.
Know?
Yeah.
Well, I hope those are some techniques that will continue moving forward as well. I mean, can you imagine build your dream home and now seriously build it virtually, and when you get there, it's ready to go for you when you want to move in.
Exactly. Awesome. I mean, we have online portals, so every step of the process, pictures are taken and uploaded. So every time we're out there, the superintendent's there, we're taking pictures, uploading it. We have a couple that's seen their house twice. Once it had never been started. And so they're watching it on their own owner portal being built.
Wow, so your owner portal tells you updates and shows you where the house is being transformed from? Wow, so it is all virtual.
Yeah. They have the schedule. They know what process we're at, you know, when the floors are going to be done, when the selections have to be made, so they're not scrambling at the end. It's a great process. It really is.
And if you're ever unsure about a feature, just let Sandra take the wheel. I've seen some of the houses that she's picked features for, and they're beautiful.
So
try. I go over all the time. I get in trouble for that. Last time I went over like $900 on lights. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "But they're beautiful," and he says, "Yeah, they are. They look
worth
great."
it, though, right?
So we should actually be advertising "Build Your Dream Home" with Sandra and let her do all the selection there. That's what we should be talking about.
You know,
Sandra,
I really.
Who is the builder that you guys are working with?
Yes.
Say that again.
Who is the builder that you guys are working with?
Well, we have two custom builders we work with. It's Riverstone Homes, Jamie Cagle, and he's been in the business for 30 years and building in Cherokee County. And then Scott Barber, who is also in Cherokee County, does a lot of custom. They've worked in subdivisions together, separate, and they just build a great product. We have some fantastic custom builders in Cherokee County.
Awesome. So for a custom home, definitely reach out to John or Sandra, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it sounds like I got the process down.
I have been doing new custom homes since my first year, so 22 years.
Very nice. Before we go, I just have one more question actually for John. Can you tell us a little bit about the investors in the area and what they're finding right now?
Yeah, it's things have changed really in the investment market, and the investment market always changes, and that's where the opportunity is to invest. As the market changes, the investment opportunities change. So what I've seen is like a couple of the bigger companies that were buying houses late last year and going into January really have virtually stopped purchasing homes, and which is okay. You know, that's just presents another opportunity for smaller investors like myself and the investors that I work with. I've noticed because of the situation, there's not as many like live seminars where people can go to learn about real estate investing. And there's quite a few of these events that take place in Atlanta by different companies that do real estate training. You probably hear them on the radio, you know, come to this investment seminar and all this. So I'm not getting as many calls as I used to, because one of the things that they teach potential investors is to search on the internet for investor-friendly realtors or investors who buy houses in the area that you're working. And so when people search on the internet, they do find me because my marketing is out there. And so I can tell when there's an investor seminar in Atlanta, my phone kind of blows up for a couple of days. And I know, okay, these people are going to this and they're all doing the same thing, going back to the hotel room and Googling local investors or whatever. And so, but I had not seen that in the last three months.
Wow.
So that has really died down. So that definitely is a change in the industry. And I don't know if those seminars are taking place by Zoom. I don't think they are. I think they got caught dead in the water for the most part, in the big seminars, I mean. But a lot of the smaller investors are still active. It slowed down because a lot of investors don't want to go out to houses if they don't need to. If you're an investor that owns rental property, you can wait this out 3 or 4 or 5 months before you buy another rental property. It's not a big deal to some of these guys. But I think things are going to change. I don't know what you guys see from the mortgage perspective, but you know, there are people that are going to really be hurt financially. And I think there could be more foreclosures, short sales, or distress sales, or people that need to unload their property. And that will create an opportunity for investors to maybe pick up homes that an average buyer wouldn't want to pick up because it has deferred maintenance or things that are not attractive to the typical home buyer.
Well, kind of to piggyback off that, John, what I'm seeing is people are buying investment properties. You know, it's the interest rates on these loans are not anywhere where they used to be. They're lower. Because remember, investment properties, these people are putting 20% down. They generally have good credit, high income, high asset. And if in this depressed market, when it comes to that investor side, it's the perfect time to do it. It's kind of like the stock market. You don't buy stock when stock is high. You buy stock when stock is low. Similar concept with investment property, whether you're planning on buying and flipping or buying and holding and then letting Sandra and John manage that property for you.
Yes, and because you still have the management company as well working with these investors, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
we're all set up. It's going to change, and that market that you've talked about, Michael, is there, and it's going to grow. I think it's going to spike really later this year. That's what I'm thinking.
So all the investors out there, look out, wait for John and Sandra to tell you list of homes that are coming available for you to purchase right away. Guys, how can our borrowers, our clients, how can they reach you? How do they get a hold of you guys? I see some signs behind John, so, but there's no phone number. Oh, I see a phone number. But John, how does somebody reach you? There you go, perfect number. Tell us your number.
Go to our website, CherokeeCobbHomes.com. If you want to search for homes, that's our best website to find and search for homes online. We have other websites too. Sandra, do you want to mention our new website? We recently had a team change for Innovative Properties Group.
Yeah, well, we have too much out there. We have GeorgiaRealGroup.com, we have InnovativePropertiesGroup.com, Innovative Properties, SandraWatkins.com. They're all going to get you to a website where you can contact us or search for homes. Or you know, whatever you need. We do a lot of different things. As I see in John's background, home of the 1995 listing fee. We do that too, and that's on our website.
There it is.
So, and we do work with, and with our new homes, we do partner with Ashley and Michael. So we have some closing cost incentives. So using first option mortgage. So that's definitely worthy of speaking of. And right now, these homes, I'm telling you, the new homes are gone. As soon as we start them, or before we start them, they're gone. And it's a great opportunity with the interest rates, what they are. The people I find that are buying these, you know, they're putting 20% down most of the time in this price range. And interest rates are so low, I just don't know if they'll ever be this low again. I can't imagine. If you're going to buy, now is the time to buy because
it really
of the rates.
It is. And then like some of those neighborhoods that you guys are building are such a great value.
They are.
Like Carson Farms. I mean, I've toured a few of those homes, and they are unbelievable. They are gorgeous.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
They look like Chip and Joanna Gaines designed them.
Well, we, you know, the thing is, if you, the west side of Cherokee County, the prices are incredible for the land you get.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking
2 acres on these properties. I mean, you don't see that in new construction anymore.
No.
It's incredible.
And I'm in the Duluth area, and honestly, not knowing much about Canton and Woodstock, this much close to maybe looking to move out there. I don't know how my family would feel, but definitely. All right, Michael, Ashley, how do people get a hold of you?
They can call me anytime, 404-936-7377.
Yeah, you can also go to either of our websites. That'll link you directly to our application portal. 15 to 20 minutes gives us all the information we need to go ahead and get started on your pre-approval process. So if you're looking to buy or sell your home and purchase another home, definitely it's a great tool. It's simple. It's mvera.myfirstoption.com or afilator.myfirstoption.com. But definitely reach out to us if you want to have a conversation, and we can get the process started for you.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today and talking about your area, sharing your expertise, and telling us, our viewers, what's actually happening in the market, and of course, to come reach out to you for any more questions. Our viewers, you guys will all get the information that everybody said below on the screen later on. You'll see how to connect with them and ask any questions you may have. Until then, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.